budgeting out so it just makes more sense in my head. $2,879. I'm excited to see what we can do once that happens. But be proud of that and be disappointed in us for this next thing. That's where I'm at financially. So hi guys, you know what time it is. Welcome back to another payday routine. Let me know if we're still liking these. Do we want them done differently? Like, what are your thoughts and feelings? I would love to hear. Like, do we want to add some segments to this video? Do we want to like change it up? Let me know your thoughts, because I plan to do these for a while. You guys really seem to like them and I feel like they're relatable. If you're new here, hi, my name is Jill. I am 24. I currently live in South Florida. I work full-time in hospitality and I budget every 2 weeks and I share my budget. Currently, I'm almost finished paying off debt and we're gonna be starting to save for an emergency fund, a house, whatever else. So I've been like taking everybody on this journey with me. I do have combined income. I should note that this is not just my own income, this is combined. We sit down, we budget every 2 weeks and we look at what we made, what we have coming up the next 2 weeks and just pay it off, and then anything left over goes towards debt. It might not be the way everybody recommends. Usual disclaimer, I am no expert. I am just a 24-year-old girly sharing my experience. A few things I want to change as the paydays come along, specifically with like the budget setup itself. Once we're done with the debt payoff, I'm gonna get a whole budget. I wanted to do it today. Time slipped away, I didn't have time. So, and yes, I am having a 6 p.m. coffee because I'm allowed. I'm an adult and I get to make my own decisions. So this is my use of free will. I know a lot of you have been here for a while, but if you are new, I will give you a quick rundown of just like how everything goes here. Basically, we just sit down, I tell you how much I made, we go over the bills, see how much we have left over, we pay off debt, and usually at the end of the video, I'll give a debt update. And then after that, if there's anything else that I wanna talk about or I wanna say, or like any updates to the budget or my thought, I will let you guys know. I think at the end of this video, actually, I want to talk about just like spending money and trying to figure out a way to budget out certain things that aren't currently in my budget. So I will let you know how that goes. I feel like normally this part of the video is so long-winded, but like there's not much to say. We have combined income. I'm going to budget it out and show you. I am no expert. I'm just sharing. There are still a lot of things I'm learning and do want to change. Oh, I always say too, I always encourage you to share your stories in the comments or share your tips and tricks, because I always need new tips and tricks, and other people reading the comments, I'm sure, appreciate it. We're all in different parts of our financial and debt journey. Tis is life, you know, like so many people are learning finances or getting out of debt. I am just here to share my day-to-day and share what that is like with you all. So let's just get right into it. So combined, what did we make in the last few weeks? It was a slower few weeks for sure. Like I said earlier, I work full-time in hospitality, but so does Tyron. He just works in the food and beverage side. His job is gratuity based, so it's tip pool. Right now in the summer in Florida, it's just a bit slower. All the snowbirds are up north. So once everybody wants to vacation in Florida again, which will be in the winter, he will be making a lot more money than this. And I'm excited to see what we can do once that happens. And also to note as well, I don't make as much money as he does. However, I'm trying to increase my like YouTube income, and I'm looking into like trying to figure out like in the next couple months, like maybe a brand deal, see how that would go, and just like try to increase my income with my side hustle. Right now, I have my hourly job. I only work 40 hours a week. I get paid hourly. I do have a chance of commission, and I've been trying to up that the last few weeks. I've been trying to push it, but we don't get that till the end of the month. Payday, you'll see. And also YouTube doesn't pay out until the end of the month as well. So for YouTube, you get paid from like the previous month. So whatever I made in July, I'll get paid at the end of August. It's a very strange setup. So usually my last paycheck, just in general, is always higher because of YouTube now. It's not that much, it's like a couple $100s. That's where I'm at financially. So let's go over. It was a very, I don't want to say small paycheck, but it wasn't like huge, pretty average. Tyron made about $2,100, which is really not that much for him. He makes like way more than that in season, which like, you know, when it's busy. And I made $1,496, which I feel like is a little more than normal. Maybe I worked a little longer. I feel like I was like stayed late a few nights as well to help out. I'm trying to think if there's like anything different. Were there any holidays? Because I get paid extra for that too. No, it's July, end of July, there was nothing. So in total, we took home $3,596. We did have rent that came out, and then also our bill card. So if you're new here, I've spoken about this the last few months. Use like this credit card called Built. Apartment complex like encourages us to use this so we don't have any like electronic fees, something like that. I should probably know these things. We're gonna make a conscious effort to work on knowing these things more. I didn't spend much at all on the Built. I think I had to like pay for parking a few times, and that's connected to my parking app, still connected to my Amazon as well, so it like takes out for books. I've been in a reading slump though, so I didn't really buy many books. So the Built came out to $2,253.30. Could have been another thing or two that was put on that card, but not much. Our rent is like $2,100. For American Express, you guys would be so proud. That thing has been in the hundreds, the thousands. That thing has been up there. It was $310, and I can tell you exactly why. Over half of that was from my yoga membership for the month, or not over half, a good half was from my yoga membership for the studio. I decided to, though it is expensive, go to yoga and like continue with a membership there. It's like yoga and sculpt classes. I feel my best. I'm starting to feel more confident, and I feel like it's important, though I'm on a debt payoff journey and I'm trying to save, to use my money for things that are going to help me, that are going to be really good for me. Instead of spending $150 like on useless shit, I could spend it going to a studio almost daily. That's like really good for me. I get the unlimited one. Financially, for how many classes I go to per month, it's just a little less than like paying per class or getting like a 10-pack option or something like that. It's just cheaper to do the unlimited. A little expensive. Part of it is because I'm in South Florida, so I feel like everything here is just a bit more expensive, but I'm really happy with that. And there were a few other things on that card that I can't really think of. We did go over on the grocery budget slightly. We had to get like some like laundry detergent, paper towels, toilet paper, like all that extra stuff that I always forget about that's never in the grocery budget. So we went over, but not by too much. And then there was like some miscellaneous other expensive like things in there that like, you know, you want to pick up from the gas station, or $310. So please be proud. Please be proud. That was in the last 2 weeks. I'm so proud. But be proud of that and be disappointed in us for this next thing. I don't even want to say it. I'm embarrassed. We haven't switched our phone plan, and we need to, but we were gonna do it a couple weeks ago, and then we needed to call our current like phone company, and then I was like, well, I need to go to yoga, and I just would rather just not do it right now, because it's just like I don't have much time until I have to leave. And then I left, went to yoga, and we forgot all about it until we had to pay for it, and we were both like, don't love to see that. So feel a little embarrassed. Okay, it's okay. I swear next paycheck, you will not see a phone bill this high. It's so dumb because we could have just paid off more debt. It was $179. $179 if you didn't hear me the first time. Okay, moving forward. Epidemic Sound, $18. That's for my music for YouTube. Gas, we budgeted $50. Miscellaneous, we had a miscellaneous thing, $145. Also, Tyron had some miscellaneous stuff too, $32.83. And then the grocery budget was $200. I'm gonna talk about that at the end of this, and like budgeting more money for certain things. I'm gonna talk about that at the end of this video because I've been going over on the grocery budget twice now, 2 different paychecks, not by much, $40, $50, not by much, because we cook at home all the time. We ate out once in the last month, and that was yesterday. Because of rent, because of all those things, we didn't put too much towards debt. We didn't make that much, and we also didn't put too much towards debt. $407.87, which brings us to the debt update. I always say, if you're new here, I always say like how much we started the payday with and how much we paid off, and then how much we have left on the debt payoff. I couldn't even tell you an exact number of how high my debt used to be. When I started these paydays, we were in like what were we at, guys? Like 8,000? But we were way higher before. We were at like 15,000 at one point, and then we were working to pay it off, and then I finally decided to film these videos, and by that point I think we were at around 8,000-ish, something like that. We've come far, and we're so close to being done. I would say another paycheck, I want to say. I feel like I've been saying that for multiple payday routines now. It's just like, it just is what it is, you know? So we started the payday with $2,879.54. As I said, we paid off $407.87, which is quite low, but the last payday we paid over $1,000 off the debt. So I'm pretty proud. Like this past month, we did pretty good with the debt payoff. Now today, what we have left is $2,471.67. I think we're gonna be almost done with it by next paycheck. Like I think we're gonna be so close to being done, and I am gonna be so happy about that. So had to mention it. We're so close. Like, I can see the light at the end of the tunnel, and it is so close, and I'm so excited to be done with this debt payoff. I'm so tired of talking about debt. Moving on to the last topic of conversation here. What I want to like possibly change, incorporate in my budget when I create a budget. A few different things. One, I think we need to increase the grocery budget. We cook at home so often, and we like specific things, I'm not gonna lie, like we do. And we're really trying to not spend money on food out, and we haven't been, and we're doing really good. I just think we need to increase it a little more, because a lot of times when I go to the grocery store, I get all those other things like toilet paper, paper towels, laundry detergent, etc, etc. I'm gonna do a big Costco haul at some point soon, so that'll be probably a chunk on one of the cards, and then we'll pay that off, which love a Costco run. I just haven't been lately, so I need to, but still, I think like there's always these random miscellaneous expenses that come up. And guys, let me tell you, I've cut out spending on everything. Like, I don't go shopping. I haven't bought new clothes in I couldn't tell you how long. Don't buy new clothes. If I ever buy clothes, I'm thrifting. The last time I thrifted was probably 2 months ago, and I spent like 40 bucks. But like, I've cut out everything. I don't buy expensive makeup. I've been putting off buying skincare. Like, I really buy the cheapest makeup. Like, I don't spend on anything. And Tyron doesn't really either. However, I think I need to increase my budget either with the groceries or make a separate like miscellaneous like household supplies budget, because I feel like I notice whenever I go to the grocery store, I like pick up another thing or two, and I'm like, yeah, but that's not groceries. I technically like don't need it, but I put that to the grocery budget, so that I feel like we end up overspending on the grocery budget. So when I do make a budget, I need to figure out that, as well as like wellness things. Like I said, I don't spend too much on skincare. I actually, for the first time in months and months and months and months, I purchased makeup today. I purchased a mascara and a blush. I bought the cheapest blush and like a $10 mascara and like a $7 blush. And then I got a setting spray because I really wanted to try it out, and it was $10. And then the last thing I got today that was like expensive was a retinol. I've been wanting to try retinol for a long time. I just noticed that like we'll spend on miscellaneous things and it'll go on like a credit card, and I'm like, but I feel as though maybe we need a designated budget for each of us for spending on like whatever we want to spend on in that regard. Makeup or something, because the thing is, I noticed that if I like never buy those things, or I like put it off, all of a sudden I'm like buying everything at once, and it's expensive and it's stressing me out because it's expensive. So I feel like when I make my budget, which will be soon, I'm gonna sit down and like go over all that, because it's just, I feel out of control with it still. And I'm still, if you're not new here, you kind of have like known how I talk about like money and budgeting and stuff. But if you are new here, I'm still learning, and I don't always know the best system. And I also don't think there is like a best system. I think you learn as you go, and like what works for you and your family, and you just like kind of figure that out as you go. So that's kind of where I'm at with everything, and what I wanted to mention at the end, just like budgeting out so it just makes more sense in my head. Because like with that Amex, like I've told you guys before, any miscellaneous expense goes on that. So I feel like we need to come up with a better system. And I think once we budget, we can like really break everything down even more, because it'll always just be there. And it's not like we're draining our account to zero anymore. There's gonna be money in our account. You know what I mean? Like, because it's all being saved, or it's going towards like an emergency fund, or it's going towards the house or something like that. But right now, like I feel like we're always budgeting to zero, so I'm kind of just like, okay, now what? I don't know. I'm not sure if that makes sense. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I always encourage you guys to like leave your ideas in the comments, leave your thoughts in the comments. You guys have been so kind to me on this debt payoff journey. Like, I always say I'm so grateful for this little like corner of the internet we're like building over here. As much as I love the payday routines, I'm also a lifestyle vlogger girly, and I like share just my day-to-day as a girl in my 20s. You guys have been so kind and so sweet. There's always gonna be something to change and criticize. Like even now I get those comments, like I either delete the comments or I just ignore them, or I like sometimes I'll respond in a snarky way, and then I'm like, I feel like that's not, maybe I don't need to do that. I don't know. So I just want to thank you. I hope you're finding this to be a safe space. It is vulnerable to share these things, but I also want to, I just hope you get something from this, or it's entertainment in some form, or you're here because you like to see the journey. I don't know, but I just want to say thank you. So that's it for the payday. I am chugging this coffee. I'm already halfway through it and I'm going to finish it soon. This video is also going up tomorrow. So I'm filming this in real time. So whenever you see this, thank you all for being here. Definitely subscribe if you're new. We'll be chatting in the comments as per usual, but love you all so much. I hope you have a great rest of your day whenever you are watching this, and